topic. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead. I am the owner of the Nathaniel Group and host, as you can see, of the RNG radio show. So, this morning, yesterday was Tuesday. Specifically, yesterday was June 2nd, Blackout Tuesday. Now, I want to hop straight into this because it was weighing on my mind, and even more so, it was getting me to the point where I'm like, how are you building your empire? How are you motivating others? How are you getting the word out about ensuring that other people are successful? And I'm like, you can't do that. So looking back at it, I'm like, I don't think that doing the Blackout Tuesday was beneficial. What I do think, though, is that folks need to find ways to build upon their empires. And people are like, well, Dan, I don't have no empire. I just live in a one-bedroom apartment. Okay. So with the population of people who are homeless and also those in third world countries, you don't think that they would be looking at you like, wow, this person's got it made. This person is there. This person is making something. This person is growing and building. They got a shelter. They got a roof over their heads. And meanwhile, you're thinking back saying like, man, this is probably the worst place I could possibly ever be in. I can't wait to get out of here. Your growth, folks, your growth and mentality has a lot to do with who you are, who you want to be later on in life. Stop thinking that, if I follow a certain trend, that I'm going to get there. You're going to lose out on business, because I can tell you one thing, I would have lost out on 2 calls yesterday to help me as far as expand my word and net worth and build upon my social equity. Had I did the whole Blackout Tuesday, had I just blocked myself off from the world. Money doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this person right here, these people, this piece of paper, this value of it does not care about you being blacked out. And you can find me on it. I don't care. You can post up about it if you like. You can even give me a call, 267-702-3756. But what I'm trying to tell you folks right now, what I'm trying to get you to, is that the more that you build, I would rather, to be honest, and my heart goes out to the gentleman who, unfortunately, his business was involved in the riots, and they had burned down his business. I don't know the exact location, but black gentleman, and he pretty much had made a speech like, what are y'all doing? You doing the wrong building, the wrong community, the wrong person. And with that, it didn't do any good. It didn't do any self-righteousness. It just caused havoc in this man's life, because now he needs to go back. He needs to start from zero. And it's like, what's going on? And for me, like I said, fight me on this. I want you to fight me on this. 267-702-3756. I want you to fight me on this, because this is a radio show platform, and it's my radio show, so I can talk about whatever I want. But I want you to think about, like, okay, what if the next person, because what I saw on my timeline was just a bunch of black screen, black screen, black screen, black screen. What I would prefer to see on my timeline, what I would have enjoyed seeing on my timeline, is hearing about the MIT black student president who is black and broke the 150-year curse. And I consider it a curse because I'm like, you telling me for 150 years there's never been a black person at MIT, and to the point where they can't be student body president. But this young lady, I forgot her name, but if you look up MIT student body president, black, I'm pretty sure you're going to come across her because it did reach CNN News. So those things need to be shared within the community. But guess what? That happened on a Tuesday yesterday. That was shown on CNN on a Tuesday yesterday. So missing out on the opportunities, missing out on the ability, one second, folks, missing out on the ability to talk about and share about someone else's success, especially as someone of color, and especially a woman, hello ladies, or who is a woman, you have a greater chance and greater reach of reaching folks and letting people know, like, hey, listen, I know there's stuff going on here. I know it's crazy. I know people are going haywire, but let me show you something here. This young lady who is black after 150 years. I mean, Princeton already had 274 years. That was crazy. Finally getting the valedictorian. But I'm pretty sure, based upon MIT talking, that they've had student body presidents who are black. But for MIT seeing it, it's like, wow, that is truly amazing. But can't share it because it's Blackout Tuesday. I can't promote it and discuss it because it's Blackout Tuesday. I wanted to put a post up yesterday. Speaking of which, I have a guest coming on this Friday to discuss insurance. But can't get the promo out because it's Blackout Tuesday. So I'm hurting. I would be hurting us because every day that goes by is a day missed of opportunity. You know, those folks who look back and be like, oh man, I wish I didn't stay in bed all day. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. On social media, that was yesterday in regards to getting the word out, in regards to expressing and letting everybody know. So I wanted to discuss that. My prayers still go out to the family of George Floyd and his friends. And for those that have been involved with the protests and rioting, please, just be safe. I pray for y'all. I love y'all. And if anything, continue to watch the show so we can learn how to build wealth and get up out of here. Because I would rather us go back and forth and be like, yo, did you hear about this person's business? Getting savage, did you hear about that person's business? Because at the end of the day, the businesses, the companies that were being built, those brick and mortar businesses by black individuals, by people of color, by women, now show, because Walmart's like, all right, can you close the doors real quick? Can you close the doors? Yeah, just close the doors, because they're still making money, folks. They're still going out there, and you have to understand that money that you got in your back pocket and your purse is going back towards it. So it might not be going into the store itself. Some people might say, well, you know what, I can't order in the store, but I will definitely do pickup service. But you did a lot, folks. Y'all did a lot of harm yesterday. I mean, people couldn't get their prescriptions. People couldn't go to the local grocery store. People couldn't go to a simple convenience shop. So it's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? But hey, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to discuss. That was my platform. I was like, I wanted to put up a post. I wanted to comment on somebody saying you look ridiculous. I wanted to agree with other folks, disagree with other folks. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just discuss it on the radio show and let you know. Build empires. I don't care, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whoever you are, build empires, build your business to move forward and to grow. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about credit repair. You knew I was going to talk about credit repair. So credit repair, 267-702-3756. For those that don't know and that are just tuning into the show, I talk about credit repair. I discuss in regards to ways to improve your credit. In addition, I work with a company that helps remove certain debt and old collected items, medical bills, repositions, and such, so that way your credit score can increase. Now, if you call me though, 267-702-3756, I will definitely give you a promo code in which it will not even be no more than $100. So how do you like that? Yeah, no more than $100 to get started. In addition, no more than $100 to stay on. So what that number is, we'll never know. We'll never know. No, but in all honesty, yeah, please give me a call, 267-702-3756. Now, what I wanted to talk about with credit repair is stop doing hard credit checks. I meant to look this up earlier, but stop doing hard credit checks because you're only hurting yourself. With the hard credit check, give me 1 second here. Hard credit check impact. Bam! Thank you, Google. I love Google because Google has provided so much in my life. Google has provided the way for me because I'm able to just type in a few words and they give me what I need. So let's get straight to the point, folks. According to FICO, a hard inquiry from a lender will decrease your credit score an average of 5 to 10 points. You're looking at 10. You're looking at 10. There's no other way around it. Just look at 10. Just look at experience saying, oh, you were at 620, now you're at 610. Oh, Equifax, you were at 710. Now you're at 700. Oh, TransUnion, hey, you get there, 600. Yo, you just need like that 20, 40 more points and you get there. Oh, you want to do a hard inquiry? 590. You're back to square one, folks. And then guess what? When you get to that second hard inquiry, when you get to that third hard inquiry, it just keeps going down, 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 and down, and down. So if you have strong credit history and no other credit issues, you may find that your scores drop even less than that. So yeah, in all honesty, probably if you do have a higher credit score, it might not be as bad. But please, folks, please, please, please understand, you're in the 600 range, 500 range, definitely 400 to 300 range. First of all, anything 3, 4, 5, or 6, please give me a call, 267-702-3756. But if you are, higher than that, definitely feel free to utilize. But the thing is, I just need you to understand that your credit score will drop, okay? Your credit score will drop from any type of hard check inquiry. Now, how do you get around that? You do soft check inquiries. I got a contact that does soft check inquiries. If you'd like to get his information, actually, I'll just tell you right now, Mr. Michael Dectus with Meridian Bank. And give him a call. He's one of my friends on Facebook. You can definitely check him out and just tell him, like, hey, Dan said I shouldn't be doing hard check inquiries. Can I do a soft check inquiry with you? And then he's going to be like, well, what are you trying to do? Because he is working as a loan officer. So if you're not trying to look for a house, he might push you in the other direction. So, folks, this is what I'm talking about in the beginning. Back to your empire, back to your business, back to your structure. So, yes, you should be going to him automatically and saying, hey, Michael, no, I'm looking to get my house ready. I'm looking to purchase a commercial property in the near future. I'm looking to own one of these office buildings that are up for sale. Those things, folks. Those things, folks. All right, because what I learned yesterday, and this is another friend of mine, Joey Jones, had said, he had this long, well, it wasn't a long paragraph, but it was long enough where I was like, I only want to say that part. I only want to say that part right there. That's the only part I want to say. So the only part I want to say, folks, is that there is a very, 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 very slight difference. It's a very, very slight difference. I just want you to understand it. Very small difference between the person who writes the checks and the person who cashes the checks. Now, if you'd like to know how, 267-702-3756. You got to call me, folks. This is an engagement. You're not going to learn how to become wealthy. You're not going to learn those next steps in life, one, if you don't do your own research. And that's honestly what I'm going to be doing. We're going to have a talk. We're going to have a discussion. And then I'm going to get you to a point where I'm like, all right, you need to take these 3 things. Because the first thing I'm going to ask you, so what are you trying to do? Second thing I'm going to ask you, what have you done to get there? Your action steps should be done immediately. I don't care if it's like, all right, I need to start writing stuff down. I don't know. Folks, you got phones, you got pens and papers and pencils. Write your goals down. It is not that hard, folks. Just write them down. This is how you get forward in life. So as I move forward with all of this, with the hard inquiry, I just want you to, I'm sorry, I was doing a whole DJ scratch and sniff right there. I just wanted to error. No, with the hard credit check inquiry, I want you to understand that it's like, hey, all right, do I need to check my credit history? Is there a way to check my credit right now? And can I do so without it affecting me? And yes, you can. How? 267-702-3756, or I just mentioned Michael Dectus. Oh, and back to Joey Jones. What he had said, oh yes, there's a slight difference between writing the check and cashing the check. So please understand that, folks, that I want you to realize that, hey, getting to that level of writing the check versus cashing the check is a whole different ballgame. And to break it down is simply this. The people that cash check, and I know what you're thinking right now, man, I don't cash checks, I don't do nothing. Do you get a check from your job? Do you get direct deposit? Because that is the same thing, folks. And writing the check, those are the ones that are writing the checks out for businesses or paying people to do services for them or paying employees ultimately. So there's a slight difference in that. You see, it's so close. They can't touch, they can't touch, but there is a slight difference. Motivation and passion, folks, that's honestly the slight difference. I know what you're thinking, like, that can't be the answer. Try me. 267-702-3756. So, we talked over the Blackout Tuesday. We talked over the credit repair. The real estate is what I wanted to get into next. Your time Your time is such a value, folks. It's such a value. And the reason why I say it is such a value is that I don't want you to ever feel any referrals that you get, anybody that is placed on your lap as far as looking for a home, whether it be a best friend, whether it be somebody who's a brand new client and they're willing to work with you. And it's like, wow, this is great. We can start on the steps of process. Folks, if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, drop them. Drop them. My realtors, agents, please drop them. It's not that hard. I had somebody who says, I don't do text or email. Oh, guess what? I'm going to hit this button here that releases you back to the referral network. Enjoy yourself. I got another gentleman who I'm honestly giving a chance today. I am going to be emailing him this morning because he sent another inquiry saying that he was interested in another property. I'm like, well, he never got back to me about the first property, whether he wanted to move forward with it. I gave him a call. I sent him an email. So he's going to get another email today. If I don't hear back from him, cool. Get you released back to the party. Because the whole thing about it is that, folks, is that there's nothing wrong with helping people. But for my real estate and realtors, hey, your end goal, your swimming boat, the cookie, if you will, is that commission check. Because if you were trying to talk to a girl, this is for my fellas out here, fellas, and, you know, my other fellas, you know what I mean? Because I love the LGBTQ community, y'all know folks and everything like that. But to get to that cookie, if you know what I mean, you know that cookie, you need to talk to individuals. You need to spend time with them. You need to build upon that relationship. And if you're not getting anywhere with them, what you doing? Dropping it like it's a bad habit. So my realtors and real estate agents, sad to say, that's the same thing that you got to do. If you notice that they're not calling you back, similar to a relationship. If you notice that they're not returning any of your emails, similar to a relationship. If you know that you're putting value into the relationship by giving them information such as how to buy a home, first-time home buyers workshop, which is actually what I did with the first individual, you know, and they're not coming back with anything, then hey, it's time to drop them. It's time to let them go. Time to let them go. So, folks, your time is of value. Your time is of most importance, and your time could be spent doing other real estate activities to get you to that next level. So please be aware of that. Before I go into my next segment, which is going to be about careers and resume writing tips, I want to be clear about something. I myself personally, while I am working at this W-2 job that does recruiting, if I put up a job post, if I tell you that, hey, I have a job that's currently hiring, DM me for details, do not comment. Do not comment. If somebody is telling you DM for details, you need to DM them. Whatever their post is, whether it be something in regards to, hey, want to know how to get 20 leads next week? DM. Come on and check it out. Do not put anything down in the comment section, because you know what that shows me and to everybody else? You can't read. Let me know right now. You can't read. And I know for a fact a lot of my friends are a whole lot smarter than me and much more intelligent than me. So please stop. You know, if somebody says now hiring, seeking, what have you, and the biggest thing they say is DM for details, if they say comment below for more information, then you comment below for more information. But if it's big as day that says DM for details, DM for details. I purposely put it out yesterday, and I was sticking by my guns with it because I knew that the job was going to be halted or not needed anymore. I needed to be quick. I needed people to be like, hey, here's my resume. Tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not? And move on. Okay, these jobs, especially when they're remote, do not last that long, especially in the state that we're in right now. So I was recruiting for a national job, and the job was only looking for 37 people, but that was 37 people throughout the United States of America that had healthcare / call center experience. Folks, I could have knocked it out in Philadelphia alone, or if we concentrate our efforts in Philadelphia alone. So folks, please, please, please understand that if somebody says DM for details, you need to listen and follow your instructions. When they say just DM for details, or you know, or if they say comment below for more information, then comment below for more information. So 4 careers, though. 8 stages of a winning job search. This is through U.S. News. The article is from 2015, August 31st, 2015. So, but let's see if they have anything that relates to 2020 in June. I was about to say that. You caught that? So, figuring out your value. Wow. Figuring out your value. People get hired for one reason. They represent the best possible answer to an employer's need to have X work done. So how much should they get paid to have X work done? So the first thing that you should do is call me and text me, 267-702-3756. Be like, Dan, I'm going for this job. I wanted to know right off the bat how much I should be making with this job. Nothing in regards to your budget, because your budget might be just $15 an hour and be okay with it. But this job, on an average level, might be paying $25 an hour. So I know that you're okay with 15 an hour. I know that you can make it through with 15 an hour. But if you have the opportunity to make 25 an hour, wouldn't you want to go for 25 an hour? So figuring out your worth, first things first, 267-702-3756, or Google the job that you're looking to do and the salary. So, hey, cashier, average salary, Philadelphia, PA. Registered nurse, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, average salary. Insurance analyst, Bragg, California, average salary. Folks, that's honestly it. And then you get an idea. And then once you have the average salary, because it's the same well as searching for comps. If you're trying to learn how to do that, hit me up, 267-702-3756. But with the searching comps in comparison, you'll see, hey, wait, this job is paying 60 grand or 25 bucks an hour in this area. I should be making 25 bucks an hour or 60K. You know what? I'm going to apply requesting 25 bucks an hour. And if they ask me what my salary is that I'm requesting for annually, will be 60K. So figuring out your value, folks. So I do like that one. Determining your target. Figure out the type of company that you will generally need someone like you. So folks, this just goes back to where do you see yourself working at, you know? And for the most part, a lot of people are working remotely, but which company do you see yourself aligned with? Which organization do you see yourself working at, you know, being in and such? Crafting your brand and message. Hey, this starts with LinkedIn, folks. Start getting on LinkedIn, you know, and for the time being, if you got something on your other social media profiles that shouldn't be on there, now's the time to actually remove that or just make it hidden. Prospecting. Now it's time to start prospecting for jobs. There are numerous ways to go about this by scouting posted positions on company web pages, job boards, LinkedIn, Indeed, and so on. I will say, folks, for an article that was done out in 2015, Arnie Fertig, you did a wonderful job determining the right fit in a phone interview. What? In most situations, an employer will sift through many resumes to do a rough cut of people who appear to exceed the minimum job requirements. Typically, an internal recruiter or an HR rep will then call, say some flattering things, and set up a phone screening. Don't mistake statements like, you appear to have what we're looking for. Folks, I use it all the time. I'm just trying to get you on the phone. When I'm recruiting, hey, your resume is a good match for our skills. Folks, that is your sign to be like, well, thank you. I would like to tell you more about it. Do you have a minute to talk? Because I can't discuss right now. The phone screening, please treat your phone screening as an actual interview, okay? Because if you feel there, guess what? I lie to people all the time. I'll let you know right there, right now. I tell people all the time, hey, your resume looks great. I appreciate you so much. But if they come up and say, yeah, man, I'm just trying to do this job just to get by, brother, man, because you know how it is right here for us. I was just, man, listen, all right? Tell me right now, the job paying 20 or 21. I'm cool with the 17, but let me know right now, because my last job, I was making 25, and actually, I should have been making 30, but the boss and I just didn't see eye to eye. So let me know how much the job paying. 17, cool, I run with that. When you have an attitude like that, or when you're just telling the recruiter, the HR rep, or the prospective employer that, hey, listen, I just need to get this job because it is crazy out here, it's an automatic no. It's an automatic no. Because at the end of the day, your passion, your motivation at the job is going out the door. There's nothing that we need to discuss, you know. I know you're only here for money. I know that when you show up on day one, the first thing and the only thing that you're thinking about is a check. You're not thinking about growth within the company. You're not thinking about how you want to see yourself in 3 to 5 years. Folks, here's the thing, interviewing, working at your job, you got to put on an act 9 times out of 10. You know how many times that my boss frustrates me, my director frustrates me, my coworkers frustrate me. I got to put on an act 9 times out of 10. And a lot of these folks as well. I love them dearly. I enjoy them. You know, they kept me, I will say this, they kept me out of jail. They have kept me from doing something stupid. They've kept me, you know, they've promoted me. So I definitely love my job. But folks, I never went in there on the first day and say, yo, tell me right now, it's the first day we supposed to be getting paid around here because I'm trying to get this month. It's never anything like that. Never at all. So please, folks, when you're presenting yourself, when you're discussing, when you're doing a phone screening, be prepared for that. All right. Dealing with red flags, part of the screening process is to take a look at anything that might be disqualifying for an otherwise potentially strong candidate. Things such as employment gaps, too many or too few career transitions, and a host of other factors might cause concern. Take time to figure out what your obvious red flags are. Let's scratch this all the way out of the bucket. I don't even want you to worry about your own red flags because first and foremost, you should be coming to me first. I am your career coach. I'm the one that's going to be telling you what to do, what not to do, what you should do, and what you shouldn't do, what you could do, and what you couldn't do, can and cannot. So, folks, with the red flags, research these companies, okay? Check out the reviews, see what they're talking about. Now, on average, across the board, I don't care who the company is, you're looking at an average rating of 2 to 3 stars. That's just off the bat. Now, if you're somebody like the Robert Nathaniel Group, who's got 5 stars, then by all means, you know, you're definitely at the top. But hey, I'm just a one-man show. So myself, yes, it's a 5-star review. Once I employ more people and get people underneath my belt and, you know, my company grows to where it needs to be at, then by all means, I might just have a Jack or a Jane that is going to bring that rating down. But for the most part, hey, I'm at 5 stars. But what you should be doing is checking to see, what red flags does this company have? What red flags have they been in the news for? Somebody like Wendy's, Pizza Hut, or what was the other one that was mentioned? Wendy's, Pizza Hut, and I forget what the other one was. It was another fast food chain restaurant. But they might not be places to be great at working right now, just due to the fact that, you know, they provided, for those that love Trump, hey, that's cool. For those that don't, but folks, I want you to understand that, you know, they had did it to, they had did it in regards to saying, hey, listen, you know, with the focus and the, you know, the information as far as putting out support, you know, it might be creating a bad image for you in the long run. I definitely know people that, you know, have worked at past companies that either got shut down or had bad reputation. Doesn't look quite so good on their resume. So definitely check the red flags for other companies. Then after you do that, now look at yourself. Because honestly, you should be looking like, hey, well, what's wrong with that company? Oh, they got these benefits. Oh, the salary's pretty good. Decent reviews. Wow, this one actually has a 4-star rating. All right, what's wrong with me? Let me see what I need to do. So dealing with red flags, make sure you check those first, and then going back. Making your case. This, of course, is what happens at any face-to-face job interview. How you stand out from your competitors in regards to other candidates, because it definitely is a harsh world out here. What you need to realize and what you need to look at when it comes to about making your case is that you just need to make sure that you stand out. You need to make sure that, hey, if this person is skilled in Microsoft Word and Excel, guess what? I'm skilled in PowerPoint and Outlook. How you get skilled in those things, how you achieve that is that as soon as you put it on your resume, why don't you go look to see how to work the basics of PowerPoint, how to work the basics of Outlook to make yourself stand out. Folks, get to a point where you should be learning a new language, you know, saying that you are a beginner in conversational Spanish is something that you can easily do. And there's so many free apps out here. YouTube has it where you can just listen to a whole conversation. They just go back and forth. Hola, Hello. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Bien. ¿Y tú? Well, and you. So you could be listening to that all day and picking up Spanish. And yes, folks, I have been doing that. But added on because I'm trying to build this empire. I'm trying to build the Robin Nathaniel group way farther than where it needs to be at. I'm also learning Mandarin Chinese, ni hao, and I'm also learning French. I didn't get there yet. I'm just what you call it? Bonjour. There we go. That's all I got. I can't be thinking that this time in the morning. So, and I didn't just do what I need to do. Negotiating the deal. Negotiating the deal goes back to the things in the beginning, folks, when it comes to salary. But the follow-up in regards to it is that you need to be figuring out like, hey, how are they going to take me over everybody else? And with the salary and the requirements and my skills and achievements, how are they going to make me stand out compared to everybody else? All right. So those are the 8 stages of a winning job search, folks. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I want you to understand and be blessed and be well out there. But folks, please, 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 please build. Just build. I don't care what your job is. Build upon you. Build upon your skills. Build upon your attributes. For those that was listening to Denzel Washington this morning on the speech, what are you giving the world? You know, if you're joyful, hey, how much joy are you spreading? If you're sad, the world probably doesn't want that, so take that out. So what are you providing of value to the world? You know, if you got money, hey, share the wealth. Hashtag or $ Bobby Nath. You can definitely send that over there. That's NATH, by the way. But no, I don't want your money, folks. I want us to come together. I want us to build. I want us to grow. I want to be able by this time next year that I see more and more LLCs, whether it be based upon me, whether it be based upon what you see in the news, whether it be based upon somebody that has inspired you. You should be taking that $300 or $400 that you get extra and that $125 that you have extra per year to put towards your business and getting that LLC established. And I know what you're thinking, wait, Dan, you just tell me how much money it costs to get an LLC? I did. Well, how do I get started? 267-702-3756. Folks, thank you again so much. And as always, you know what I'm going to say? You know what I'm going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Stay blessed, my fellow millionaires. Have a great one, folks.